Lesson 8, page 12. Tonic and dominant. Tonic 1 and dominant 5. Each note of the 5-finger pattern has a name or a number, usually written as a Roman numeral. Two of the most important numbers, the main numbers here, are the first and fifth note of every scale. So if we're in the key of C, C is 1. Okay, it's also called the tonic, or the 1 chord, or the 1 note. And if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I go to the dominant, which is the 5, Roman numeral 5. That's called the dominant. So this song, tonic and dominant, switches from tonic to dominant, back to tonic, then dominant right here, and back to tonic. I'm going to play hands together, but you might want to try one hand at a time first, and then eventually try it with reading both hands at the same time. When you read both hands at once, make sure that you zigzag between treble and bass clef like this. The right hand is here, left hand is here. 1, 2, ready, play. And now move everything up 1 octave, like this. From the beginning, a little slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. And page 13, shadows. On shadows, you'll see some accents here, which mean to play suddenly very loud, kind of surprisingly loud. You want to kind of jump out of nowhere and really strike the key hard when you see the accents. Measure 5 is going to start very soft piano, and it's going to get very loud here to forte. And at the very end, you're going to play the lowest C on the piano, which is which is the third white key from the left side of your keyboard, of your piano. Okay, we have to cross over your thumb here to play that A flat. So in the beginning, you got your hand like this in the left hand. You're going to cross over like that. Okay, so you're here in the basic C minor pattern, but what you have to do in the beginning is come over to A flat like that. So let's try this now. From the beginning. 1, 2, ready, play. Real soft here, piano. Now, if you look at 13 there, 13 starts with both hands in C minor like this. What you have to do is notice something here, that these notes are going down by seconds. It's very easy to see that in the C minor pattern. So you have to move your right hand to this G while your left hand is still playing this. That means you have to look at this as a group of notes, as just a bunch of seconds going down in C minor position, right? Just going down by steps. But while your left hand is doing that, you need to be moving your right hand at the same time that the left hand is playing these notes going down. Your right hand is jumping up to this G. So it's kind of going like this. Here's 13. When I start playing 13, notice that this right hand is moving early, way early, so that when I get to 14, I'm already in position to play this. So here's 13. I start like this. I'm already moving my right hand into position, and it's already there. See that? So let's try that again. Start here like this. We're gonna, as soon as we start playing this, we're gonna move right away, and we're gonna look down to find C position up here. So start moving now. Get to C position up here. See, there you go. Let's try that again. Move your right hand up there. All right, that just takes some practice to do that. Let's go on to page 14. This talks about the C, the one chord. In the C five-finger pattern, the one chord is built on the first note, tonic, of the C five-finger pattern. The first, third, and fifth notes of the C five-finger pattern are C, E, G. These notes form a C chord. Okay, it's also called the C major triad or a C major chord. It can be in the left hand or like this. And there's lots of different ways to play a C major chord. These are just some of them right here. This is called a broken chord here, and that's a block chord. A broken chord in the right hand and a block chord in the right hand. Here, we have to move up an octave and play the C chord. Instead of playing it here on middle C, we're going to go one octave higher here. Same thing happens down here. You're going to need to play that C an octave higher than this C broken chord here. Let's see if we can do this whole page here, page 14. From the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, move the right hand so it's already in position. And now number 3, 1, 2, 3. Move the right hand up there. So again, it's really important that you can get your right hand to move there while the left hand is playing those notes at the end of the page. All right, now we're going to play pages 8 and 9 in this book. Boogie Bounce on page 8. There's a little bit of movement we have to make in the left hand from bass C to bass G. So we have to practice doing that a whole bunch of times. Going from G here, okay, like this, and moving to C. So practice that move. You can kind of take this little finger and catch those 2 black keys so that you can find C position here. And then grab the 3 black keys like this, and now you're in G position here. So here's C, here's G. C and G, okay? The right hand 4th finger is on this G right here. There are ties and slurs. So remember, the ties are the same pitch. The slurs are different pitches. So you might want to play one hand at a time before you do both hands at the same time. We'll play just the right hand right now. 1, 2, right hand, go. 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest. 2, 3, 4, 1. Lift the fingers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Rest, rest. Now this is going to be F sharp, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 13, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Dampers down now. Like that. Okay, now the left hand by itself. 1, 2, left hand, go. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Move to C position. Now move it back to G position early. Get there way before you need to be there. Measure 9, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ritardando and diminuendo with the damper pedal coming down here. 1, 1, 2. We're going to hold out longer than 4 counts at the end and then release the pedal and the hand at the same time. Okay, both hands at once now. Slower. We'll play Allegro later, not right now. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest. Rest. Now move that left hand to C position. Back to G position. F sharp. That's the D major pattern, isn't it? Rest. Slowing, press down the damper. Take your time here, really slow. Hold that for more than 4 counts. Okay, we're now going to look at Caroline bells. So on this one, you'll notice these treble clefs. In the beginning, it's a bass clef here, a treble clef here, but look right here. The treble clef is here. These 2 notes are higher than this E, aren't they? It looks strange, but you have to actually have your left hand over the top of the right hand. Then there's a bass clef here to remind you to bring your left hand back to where it was in the beginning. Then right here, the same thing happens again right here. The left hand goes over the top of the right hand. And then there's the bass clef to remind you to come back. Then you go back to the first position like that. Then at the very end, you do it again. The very ending has a treble clef there, which means those 2 notes are higher than this note right here. So what's happening is the right hand's going to stay here like this. The left hand's going to jump up like this, and it's going to jump back like this. It's going to be really loud in the beginning. At measure 5, it's very soft piano. And we're just going to hold the pedal down, the right damper pedal, the entire time. So what you need to do is, when you move your left hand, you're going to look really quick just to make sure that it gets there. Once you know that it's landed here, then you want to get your eyes back on that score again. And then the same thing happens when you go back. You're going to move back, you look just to make sure that it gets to the right spot, and then you have to put your eyes back to the score. So make a very quick look at your hands when your hand is when the left hand's jumping around like this. It's jumping really far too. So it's got to be a very quick look down both directions, up and back down. Very quick look at your hands. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Move the right hand, left hand up, I'm sorry. Now move it back down, move the left hand back where it was. Okay, really loud here, measure 9.